What up, Bonefrog? Brian here from the Bonefrog Build Crew. It's time to go over the rules, standards, regulations that we have for our events and what we put out there and ask of you. Two different things, kind of. There's open runners and there's elites. So elites, you have to complete obstacles. If you fail an obstacle, you step aside, you do the penalty, then you can try again. You repeat that process until you complete the obstacle. Or you give up your wristband and take yourself out of the standings for competitive, for the elites. Right? So those are your elites. Your open runners, open wave people. Here's what we ask. We ask that if you fail an obstacle, you do the penalty, and then you can move forward. Or you can retry it. But if you fail, we ask that you do the penalty before you move forward. Here's why we ask you to do the penalty regardless of competing. There are many that sign up for these events to challenge themselves, to make themselves uncomfortable, to grow as much as they possibly can. They get to that starting line with high integrity that they're going to do the best they can, right? Now they're running along, they get to an obstacle where there's a group of people that's there for a good time, for a good weekend, doing something different. They don't do the penalty because they don't see why. They're not there for that reason. And they have the right to not do the penalty. However, that person that had all that integrity, that came with all that ambition to do the hard thing to get that reward, sees that, they start to tell themselves, it's not a big deal for me not to do the penalty. Look at all these people not doing the penalty. It's really not that big a deal. And then they don't do the penalty. They don't do the hard thing. I say hard thing, it's not a hard thing. It's 25 push-ups, jumping jacks, squats, exercises, right? It's not that hard. And you can take your time doing it. So they lower their standards because they see others not following the format. Please follow the format. Please. And don't deter others from following the format by simply not doing it. Understand that impression is seen. Anyways, that's about it, guys. Also, volunteers, we get volunteers out there, right? So elites, this is mainly for you elites. We don't expect our volunteers to chase people down for the wristbands. We tell them the instructions, we tell them what's expected of people who hold with the wristband, and we hope that they will enforce those rules. And they're volunteers. I've met very few that are amazing volunteers, and they will do that stuff. But most of them aren't like that. As well as the elites, we've heard, can we have a dedicated elite lane? Coming up to an obstacle, there's a bunch of people at the obstacle, and you want to get through and not delay your time. Here's what you need to do. Verbalize yourself. When you come up to an obstacle or so, and there's many people there, and you're running for time, just express yourself that, hey, guys, I'm coming through. I'm really running for time. You mind if I get through? I used to do that all the time, racing elites. I see it all the time. People are very receptive. Open runners are very receptive. They step to the side. They're excited to see you. They watch your technique. They learn from your technique, watching you go through. I have not once in my 10 years of being in this community seen someone cop an attitude about that stuff. All right? If it's a group of elites and there's an elite running up, they might cop. They're probably not waiting around there, right? So just do that, because again, we can't expect a volunteer to hold that lane open for you guys. So, all right, guys, hopefully that clears some stuff up. Shoot me any comments if you have any questions whatsoever about any other standards and what's going on, how we hold stuff. Other than that, get after it. We'll see you guys at the next event.